dear listener, to this quiet space where the world softens and dreams begin to unfurl. Find yourself settling into the most comfortable position you can imagine, allowing your body to release any lingering tensions. Let your shoulders gently drop, your hands rest easy. Now, take a slow, soft breath in, feeling the air fill you with calm, and a gentle, sighing exhale, releasing all thoughts that don't serve your peace right now. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be, save for this moment of gentle listening. Allow yourself to simply drift. As you breathe, imagine a gentle journey unfolding before you. You are not traveling far, but rather stepping into a quiet corner of the world, a place whispered about in ancient tales. Beneath your feet, a path woven with velvety moss stretches into a sacred grove. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the earthy scent of ancient trees and damp soil. These are not ordinary trees, they're gnarled branches, thick with age, twist and turn like sleeping giants. Their leaves a deep, rich green even in the soft twilight. Ahead, through the dense, protective canopy, a faint, warm, golden light begins to shimmer. It pulses gently, like a heartbeat, drawing your gaze. This is your first glimpse of the Elder Temple, a place of quiet wonder and profound peace. You see the elegant, weathered curve of a grand stone archway, half hidden by clinging ivy and delicate ferns. It stands as a silent sentinel, hinting at untold stories within. The stone itself seems to breathe history, cool and smooth beneath the soft light of a forgotten moon. Its silence isn't empty, but full, humming with the echoes of time, inviting you closer, one slow, peaceful breath at a time. Soft, rustling leaves, distant hoot of an owl, the quiet invitation of the grove draws you deeper, each slow breath a step into its ancient embrace. The forgotten moon, now a soft, silver disk above the canopy, paints the winding path in dappled light and shadow. Towering trees, their branches heavy with history, reach toward the heavens, their leaves a soft, murmuring chorus in the gentle breeze, almost like hushed whispers of old tales. You notice the velvety cushion of moss beneath your feet, cool and damp, absorbing any sound, making your passage feel like a hushed secret, a peaceful journey into stillness. Soft, rustling leaves, gentle breeze. Further within, the air grows stiller, touched by the scent of rich earth, damp foliage, and ancient, time-worn stone. Through a natural break in the dense canopy, a glimpse emerges, just ahead on the path. It's a weathered archway, half hidden by clinging, iridescent vines, hinting at structures even older than memory, perhaps a part of a forgotten temple or shrine. This isn't a place of grand, imposing display, but of quiet reverence, a sacred space where the very essence of time seems to slow, folding gently around the ancient, moss-covered stones. A profound sense of peace settles over everything, a quiet understanding that you are in a sanctuary, untouched by the urgency of the outside world. The gentle, silvery moonlight continues to guide, a silent, steady beacon revealing the subtle beauty of this hidden place. It invites you to simply exist here, to absorb its tranquil quiet, and to let the soft hum of its ancient presence lull you deeper into a feeling of comfort and rest. Distant, soft chirping of crickets, the ancient presence, a gentle current, seems to draw you further inward, past the edge of the whispering trees. The path here is soft underfoot, cushioned by centuries of fallen leaves and moss, leading deeper into what feels like a sacred heart. Moonlight, now filtering through a denser canopy, creates dappled patterns on the forest floor, like scattered silver coins. You notice towering, gnarled trees, their branches reaching skyward as if in a silent prayer, their rough bark sculpted by time into intricate, natural patterns. A faint, almost imperceptible glow emanates from deeper within the grove, a soft, ethereal light that hints at something ancient and undisturbed. As you follow this subtle invitation, the air grows cooler, carrying the faint, clean scent of damp earth and unseen blossoms. The only sounds are the distant rustle of leaves and the occasional, almost dreamlike hoot of a nocturnal owl. Ahead, nestled amongst the oldest trees, you begin to discern the weathered stones of what might be a forgotten shrine or a small, humble temple. Its entrance is partially veiled by creeping vines, their leaves shimmering gently in the soft light. The structure itself seems to be a part of the natural world, seamlessly blending with the ancient forest, hinting at stories whispered only to the stars and the quiet earth. Here, the world feels still, safe, and truly at peace, a perfect place for quiet reflection or for simply letting go. Letting your thoughts drift like the soft mist between the ancient trees. The air, cool and fresh, seems to whisper old stories of tranquility, inviting your own senses to relax and deepen into this profound quiet. Soft hoot of an owl, the soft mist still clings to the ancient trees, a veil woven by the night. As you gently drift deeper, a faint, almost imperceptible path begins to emerge before you, carpeted with soft moss. Each step you don't take, each breath you simply observe, deepens the quiet around you. The path, barely more than a suggestion, winds gently between colossal trunks, their bark etched with the passage of countless seasons, like silent guardians of this sacred place. Above, the moon, a serene crescent, begins to cast longer, softer shadows through the canopy. Its pale light filters through the lingering mist, creating an ethereal glow that seems to hum with ancient energies. You notice the subtle shimmer on dukest leaves, and the air carries the scent of damp earth and distant, sweet blossoms, a perfume of peaceful slumber. As the path curves, a low, moss-covered stone archway gradually comes into view. It stands silently, almost swallowed by time, framed by trailing vines that sway ever so slightly in the imperceptible breeze. The stones are worn smooth, whispering stories only the oldest trees might remember, their surfaces cool and soft to imagine touching. It's an entrance, not to a grand hall, but to a deeper, more intimate sanctuary within the grove. Beyond it, the mist seems to thicken, hinting at secrets held close, waiting for the gentle gaze of dawn. The world outside this grove fades, leaving only the profound stillness of this ancient moonlit passage. The moonlit passage, now veiled in a soft, ethereal mist, seems to beckon you further inward, inviting a deeper sense of quiet. The air here is wonderfully cool and clean, carrying the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and ancient, unseen blossoms. Each slow step feels cushioned by layers of time, upon moss-covered flagstones that whisper tales of forgotten ages, though no sound truly breaks the profound stillness. You notice the mist isn't just a fleeting phenomenon. It swirls gently around the gnarled, colossal roots of magnificent, ancient trees, their branches reaching like silent, embracing arms towards the distant, silvered sky. As you drift deeper into this sacred space, the grove slowly reveals more of its silent majesty. Tall, slender columns of pale stone, weathered and smoothed by millennia, begin to emerge from the swirling mist, their surfaces etched with designs so faint they are almost absorbed by the deep, gentle shadows. Perhaps they are the remnants of an old, forgotten shrine or sacred markers placed by hands long turned to dust. The quiet hum of the night, a symphony of gentle breezes rustling through unseen leaves, and the distant, soft murmur of unseen water accompanies your peaceful journey. Ahead, a soft, luminous glow begins to filter through the deepest parts of the grove, not from the distant moon, but from within a cluster of these venerable, colossal trees. Their bark, thick and deeply ridged with age, seems to hold an inner light, a gentle, pulsing warmth that softly chases away the deepest shadows. It's an ancient magic, woven into the very fabric of this hallowed place, inviting a profound sense of peace and wonder. You feel a quiet contentment settling over you, like the gentle dew on the leaves, as you slowly approach this soft radiance, carried by the slow, unhurried breath of the grove itself. As you draw closer, the soft radiance resolves into a faint, ethereal glow emanating from within a cluster of ancient, moss-covered stones. These are not merely boulders, but the weathered remains of something grander, now reclaimed by the patient embrace of the forest. A gentle path, barely visible beneath a carpet of soft, damp moss, invites you further. It winds around the colossal, gnarled roots of venerable trees, leading you deeper into the heart of this hidden sanctuary. The air here feels different, cooler, yet somehow more alive, imbued with a quiet, ancient stillness. Overhead, the canopy of leaves parts just enough to allow slivers of moonlight to filter through, dappling the path with silver. The soft radiance grows a little stronger, hinting at the entrance to a small, forgotten shrine. Its stones are adorned with delicate ferns and tiny, glowing lichens whispering tales of countless seasons. There is no grandeur here, only a profound sense of peace. The entrance itself is a simple archway, worn smooth by time, framed by a cascade of vines. Through it, you can just make out a deeper, steadier light, like a warm, inviting breath. It beckons you gently, without haste, into a place where time seems to slow, and the world outside fades into a distant, peaceful dream. The light within the shrine bathes the mossy interior in a soft, golden hue, revealing ancient carvings on the smooth stone walls, now softened by centuries. They depict serene figures and celestial patterns, their forms almost merging with the rock itself. You feel perfectly safe, perfectly calm, as you step over the mossy threshold, entering the hushed embrace of the shrine. Every breath you take deepens this quiet serenity, drawing you further into its tranquil core, where only peace resides. Inside the shrine, the air is cool and still, carrying the faint, earthy scent of ancient stone and damp moss. Moonlight, softened by the dense canopy outside, filters through small, unadorned openings high above, casting gentle silver stripes across the worn flagstones of the floor. Your steps are hushed, absorbed by the profound quiet that settles around you like a comforting cloak, inviting you to simply be asterisk. The space is not vast, but it feels expansive in its profound tranquility, a pocket of timeless calm. Ahead, a simple, uncarved stone altar stands at the chamber's heart. It is smooth and cool to the touch, worn by centuries of quiet reverence, its surface catching the faint light with a soft, inviting sheen. Above it, carved directly into the rough-hewn rock wall, is a shallow, circular niche. Within this niche, nestled on a bed of dried wildflowers and fallen leaves, rests a single polished river stone. Not grand, not shimmering with jewels, but radiating a calm, enduring energy, a subtle warmth that seems to emanate from its very core. It feels like the silent heart of this peaceful place, a timeless anchor. A subtle echo seems to hum within the stone walls, a whisper of time passing, of devotion, of simple, unwavering peace. You notice the tiny lichens clinging to the upper reaches of the walls, a living tapestry of green and gray against the dark rock, thriving in this sheltered, undisturbed sanctuary. Small ferns push gently from cracks in the floor near the edges, adding a touch of verdant life to the ancient stone. This quiet chamber is a space where the world outside fades, leaving only this deep, comforting wonder. The air in this quiet chamber carries a scent of damp earth and aged stone, mingled with something faintly floral, perhaps from those resilient plants finding their way through the cracks. It's a breath from a forgotten time, cool and clean, settling gently around you. As your eyes softly trace the rough-hewn walls, you might notice the faint, almost imperceptible etchings that adorn the ancient surfaces. They are not grand murals or elaborate carvings, but rather simple, flowing lines, suggesting constellations or perhaps the paths of ancient riverbeds. They tell no urgent story, but rather hum with the quiet resonance of ages gone by. A soft, diffused light enters this chamber, not from any direct window or opening to the sky, but as if seeping through the very stones themselves, or perhaps filtering down from somewhere far above, through layers of forgotten architecture. It casts long, gentle shadows that dance almost imperceptibly as the air currents shift, making the room feel alive, yet utterly serene. In the center of the chamber, not as a monument, but as a natural part of its being, a large, smooth stone basin rests. Its surface is perfectly still, reflecting the soft light like a mirror, a pool of utter calm. It holds a small amount of crystal clear water, so placid it seems to capture and hold every whisper of the ancient stillness. This basin feels like a heart of this quiet place, absorbing and radiating peace. You can almost feel the gentle coolness emanating from its surface, a subtle invitation to linger in this profound quiet. The murmurs of the outside world, if they ever reached this deep, sacred space, are long silenced here. Only the soft echoes of time and the gentle presence of this enduring wonder remain. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the quietude, carried by the stillness of the water and the soft, ancient light, the soft echoes of time and the gentle presence of this enduring wonder remain. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the quietude, carried by the stillness of the water and the soft, ancient light. This gentle illumination now guides you, not into deeper halls, but towards an open-air sanctuary within the temple's embrace. With each slow, easy breath, you are drawn into a hushed courtyard, where smooth, cool stones give way to patches of soft, emerald moss. Above, a canopy of ancient, whispering trees filters the moonlight, casting dappled patterns that dance like quiet spirits on the polished marble. In the very center of this peaceful space, a small circular pool reflects the sliver of the moon, a perfect, serene mirror. Water, impossibly clear, trickles softly from an intricately carved stone spout, disappearing into the depths with a whisper that barely stirs the air. Around the pool, low, weathered stone benches invite quiet contemplation. You notice delicate, climbing vines, their leaves a deep, velvety green, clinging to the ancient walls, their soft tendrils stirring almost imperceptibly in the gentle night breeze. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp stone and the sweet, subtle fragrance of unseen night blossoms. This is a place where time itself seems to pause, where every rustle of a leaf and every drop of water falling into the pool feels like a gentle lullaby. The myths carved into the temple's inner walls seem to echo softly in the quietude of this grove, telling tales of peace and timelessness. Your gaze drifts over the still water, then up to the moon-dappled leaves, feeling utterly at rest in this ancient, hallowed space. The soft moonlight, filtering through the dense canopy, continues to cast dancing shadows on the forest floor. A subtle path, barely more than a whisper on the moss, now seems to reveal itself, inviting a quiet, unhurried journey deeper into the heart of this sacred grove. The air here is cooler, carrying a faint, sweet scent of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine. Each step is cushioned by ancient moss and fallen leaves, making your movement almost silent. You notice the trees here grow even grander, their branches reaching like wise, gnarled arms towards the sky, draped with delicate, silvery moss. Ahead, through a veil of hanging vines, a soft, ethereal glow emanates from what appears to be an opening in a cluster of colossal, ancient trees. It's not a harsh light, but a gentle, warm luminescence, like captured starlight. As you draw nearer, the glow resolves into a hidden spring, its waters shimmering with an inner light, reflecting the silent, watchful trees around it. Sound of very subtle, distant water flowing. Around the spring, large, smooth, river-worn stones are arranged in a perfect, quiet circle, as if placed by hands long vanished, yet still holding a deep sense of reverence. The water itself is impossibly clear, revealing smooth, colorful pebbles at its bed, each one catching a tiny spark of the spring's gentle light. The surrounding moss glows faintly where the spring's light touches it, creating a soft, dreamlike carpet. A profound sense of peace settles over this small, secluded haven, a place where time itself seems to slow, honoring the quiet magic of the earth and the whispers of ancient myth. The light pulses softly, gently guiding your gaze into its tranquil depth, a silent invitation to simply be, to absorb the ancient calm that resides here, undisturbed and pure. The ancient calm, undisturbed and pure, seems to settle around you, a gentle embrace from time itself. The soft, internal glow from the artifact you observed earlier now subtly permeates the air, blending with the faint, silvery moonlight that filters through high, arched openings in the temple chamber. This is a place where echoes of legends whisper on the still air, not in discernible words, but in the very stones that form these hallowed walls. Marble columns, worn smooth by countless centuries, rise gracefully towards a vaulted ceiling, disappearing into the soft shadows above. Dust motes dance lazily in the filtered light, like tiny, silent stars adrift in a cosmic current, their motion almost imperceptible. The air here is cool and profoundly still, carrying only the faintest, almost imperceptible scent of aged stone and something subtly earthy, perhaps from a distant, unseen sacred grove just beyond the temple's edge. A grand, yet not imposing, altar stands quietly at the chamber's center, its surface also of smooth, pale marble, bearing no offerings now, only the faint, polished indentations of long-forgotten rituals. It seems to absorb and reflect the soft light, mirroring the calm, steady presence of the glowing artifact nearby. Every surface here tells a story without words, a history etched in silence, inviting quiet contemplation. Your gaze drifts from the altar to the surrounding space, noticing the intricate, yet muted patterns carved into the lower sections of the walls. They depict scenes of celestial bodies moving across a serene sky, and quiet, robed figures observing them with reverence. There's no urgency in these carvings, no drama, only a peaceful contemplation of the cosmos. The temple remains perfectly still, a sanctuary of enduring tranquility, holding its secrets close in the hushed, luminous air, an endless breath of time. The temple, a silent guardian of ancient knowledge, seems to breathe with the soft rhythm of ages. Moving gently through its hallowed halls, one might notice how the light, whether from the distant stars or a hidden luminary, always seems to settle with a knowing grace. Imagine now a quiet alcove tucked away from the grand processional paths, where the marble walls are cool to the touch, smoothed by countless centuries. Here, in this tranquil space, delicate shelves line the walls, not with heavy tomes, but with ancient scrolls unfurled just enough to hint at their contents. Perhaps they speak of forgotten constellations, or the gentle wanderings of planets across the night sky, charted by hands long turned to dust. The air is still, carrying only the faintest scent of dried herbs and aged parchment, a whisper of time itself. Soft, distant temple chimes a soft, ethereal glow, perhaps from a single, ever-burning celestial lamp illuminates a section of a scroll. It depicts a swirling galaxy, or a map of mythical heavens, rendered in meticulous detail, each star a tiny pinprick of silent wonder. The quiet beauty of these ancient visions fills the space, inviting a peaceful contemplation, much like the temple itself. There is no urgency here, only the soft turning of pages by an invisible breeze, a timeless narrative unfolding in the stillness. This alcove is a repository of dreams, a gentle echo of the temple's deep connection to the vast, quiet cosmos, patiently waiting, watching in the quiet stillness of that cosmic alcove, where starlight seemed to whisper through ancient stone. A subtle shift in the air beckons you gently forward. The air, cool and fresh, carries a faint, earthy scent, like old parchment and forgotten blooms. Soft, distant echo. The polished marble floor beneath your feet guides you, not with a path, but with an almost imperceptible inclination, deeper into the temple's heart. You find yourself in a long, hushed gallery, its walls lined with ancient carvings and faded tapestries. Here, the soft, indirect light from high, narrow windows casts long, peaceful shadows. Each carving tells a fragment of a myth, a silent chronicle etched into the enduring stone. Figures of celestial beings, wise elders, and gentle creatures from forgotten tales emerge from the wall, their forms softened by untold centuries. They seem to observe you with tranquil, knowing gazes, guardians of the temple's deepest secrets. The air here feels thick with history, a serene weight that encourages contemplation. You might notice the delicate tracery of dust motes dancing in the faint light beams, like tiny, ephemeral stars. The tapestries, woven with muted threads of indigo and gold, depict sprawling constellations and mythic journeys across starlit skies. Their colors, though soft with age, still hint at a vibrant past, a time when these stories were sung aloud beneath vast, open heavens. This gallery is a quiet library of visual wisdom, a place where the temple's stories are not read from books, but felt through the artistry of its inhabitants. Each image is a gentle whisper from the past, inviting you to simply observe, to let the ancient narratives unfold in your mind's eye, without effort or urgency. The silence here is profound, broken only by the soft, rhythmic hush of your own peaceful breathing. The profound silence gently cradles you, a quiet companion to the soft rhythm of your breathing. Here, in this ancient space, time seems to flow differently, like a slow river carving its path through timeless stone. You might feel a subtle coolness in the air, a gentle breath carrying the scent of aged cedar and distant, damp earth, hinting at the depths of forgotten groves beyond these walls. Ahead, a soft, ethereal glow emanates from a distant alcove, drawing your gaze without demanding it. It is not a harsh light, but rather a pearlescent shimmer, reminiscent of moonlight filtering through clouds, or the inner glow of a polished seashell. As your perception drifts closer, your presence silent upon the smooth, cool floor, the light reveals itself to be a collection of ancient offerings, piled gently on a low, broad stone, are small, smooth river stones, each one faintly inscribed with a single, simple symbol. Beside them, delicate, dried wildflowers, their colors faded to soft earth tones, rest in small, woven baskets. These are not grand gestures, but humble tokens, left by countless hands throughout forgotten ages, each one a whisper of a story, a wish, or a memory placed here in reverence. The air around these offerings feels calm and still, a reservoir of quiet devotion. You observe the play of the soft light on the worn surfaces, tracing the faint lines of symbols that hint at ancient beliefs and the quiet hopes of long-gone pilgrims. There is no rush to decipher them, only the gentle invitation to witness their peaceful presence, a testament to enduring wonder. the whispers of the past, etched into the cool, silent stone, invite a gentle contemplation. You might notice the way the soft, filtered light from unseen openings above dances across the ancient flagstones beneath your feet. Each step you imagine taking here would be met with a hushed echo, a respectful silence that has settled over these hallowed spaces for centuries. This is a place where hurried thoughts simply dissolve, replaced by a profound sense of peace. Perhaps your gaze drifts upward, past the intricate carvings, to the high, vaulted ceiling, where shadows play with lingering dust motes in the air, caught in the gentle beams. Or perhaps you turn to a quiet alcove you hadn't noticed before, where a simple, smooth stone bench rests against a wall, worn by time, and the countless moments of quiet repose it has offered. It speaks of patience, of stillness, of a calm that permeates every part of this sacred place. The cool, solid presence of the stone is a grounding comfort, a silent guardian of tranquility. The air itself feels still and cool, carrying the faint, clean scent of ancient stone and perhaps a distant, earthy aroma, like damp soil from some hidden, overgrown garden just beyond the temple walls. You might imagine the gentle drip of water somewhere far off, a soft, natural chime in the deep quiet. There is a deep, resonant calm here, a sense of being held within something vast and unchanging. It is a space where thoughts slow, and the gentle rhythm of your own breathing becomes the most prominent sound, mingling with the quiet sigh of time itself. This enduring peace wraps around you, a gentle invitation to simply be, and as that peace settles, your awareness gently drifts further into the heart of this ancient place. You notice the cool, smooth texture of the immense stone blocks that form the walls around you. Each one is a testament to ages past, weathered by countless seasons, yet holding an unwavering strength. Run your mind's eye over their surface, perhaps tracing the faint, almost imperceptible lines left by the hands that first shaped them millennia ago. The light here is soft, diffused through unseen openings high above, painting the colossal walls in shades of muted silver and deep shadow. It's not a bright, intrusive light, but a gentle glow that illuminates without disturbing, highlighting the subtle variations in the stone, revealing tiny flecks of mica that sparkle like distant stars captured within the ancient rock. This quiet illumination seems to slow time itself, casting long, unhurried shadows that stretch and sway with an almost imperceptible breath of air. Perhaps you find your gaze drawn to a weathered carving on one of the larger stones, a stylized leaf, an ancient symbol, or the outline of a creature long since returned to dust. It's barely visible, worn smooth by the passage of time, yet its presence whispers of stories untold, of beliefs held sacred in forgotten eras. There's There's no urgency to decipher its meaning, only a quiet appreciation for its enduring form. The air itself feels still and pure, carrying the faint, clean scent of old stone and perhaps a distant hint of earth or moss from sacred groves beyond. The only sounds are those you bring with you, and the deep, silent hum of the earth beneath, a constant, comforting presence. This place holds its secrets gently, sharing only its profound peace and the quiet weight of its long history. You are simply a part of this enduring calm, allowing its ancient rhythms to soothe and settle you further into restful stillness. The ancient rhythms of this sacred place continue to embrace you, a soft hum that resonates deep within. As you rest within this enduring calm, a gentle breeze, almost imperceptible, stirs the air around you. It carries with it the faint scent of old stone and distant, earthbound incense, a fragrance that speaks of countless generations who have found solace here. Your gaze might softly drift now, past the grand, silent pillars towards a more secluded part of the temple. Perhaps a shadowed archway leading deeper into its heart catches your eye. This archway is not ornate, but worn smooth by time, its edges softened like ancient river stones. Beyond it, a faint, warm glow seems to beckon, not bright or startling, but a gentle, consistent light, like embers held in a protective hand. Slowly, without effort, you might imagine moving towards this soft invitation. Each quiet step echoes only in your mind, a whisper against the vast stillness. As you pass beneath the arch, the air grows subtly cooler, then warmer, as if crossing an invisible threshold into a chamber where time itself has slowed even further. Here, a vast, circular chamber unfolds before you. Its walls are carved not with tales of conflict, but with serene, looping patterns that depict the quiet cycle of the moon, the steady turning of the seasons, and the gentle flow of cosmic rivers. In the very center of this chamber, cradled on a low, polished plinth, rests a single, smooth orb of light. It doesn't illuminate the room fiercely, but diffuses a soft, pearlescent glow, casting long, peaceful shadows that dance ever so slightly with the rhythm of your own slow breathing. This orb feels like the heart of the temple, a quiet pulse of ancient wisdom, offering only deep, undisturbed tranquility. Its gentle presence fills the space, inviting you to simply be, and to let its quiet radiance settle every last trace of restlessness within you. The quiet radiance, a soft glow of ancient wisdom, continues to settle around you, deepening the hush of this sacred space. Each breath you take seems to draw in more of its tranquil essence, a gentle current flowing through the very air. The stillness here is profound, unburdened by time or worldly concerns, a sanctuary where forgotten echoes of myth whisper only peace. As you allow your awareness to drift, a soft, ethereal light guides your gaze further inward, past the intricately carved, moss-kissed stone columns that rise with silent grandeur. Their surfaces tell stories in faded relief, symbols of ancient deities and cosmic alignments, now softened by centuries of quiet reverence. These are not tales meant to be deciphered quickly, but rather observed, their forms hinting at a deep, underlying harmony. The ground beneath your gentle, unseen steps feels cool and smooth, perhaps polished stone or compacted earth covered in a fine, silken moss that absorbs all sound. A faint, almost imperceptible shimmer dances ahead, drawing you toward what appears to be a central chamber, bathed in a soft, constant twilight. Here, the air itself seems to hold more weight, more presence, as if woven from countless ancient dreams. You notice now, resting upon a low, wide pedestal of dark, polished stone, a single, unfurled scroll. Its parchment, aged to a rich, deep amber, holds no discernible script from this distance, yet it radiates the same quiet energy that pervades the entire temple. It lies open, not as if awaiting a reader, but as if it has always been open, its wisdom silently emanating into the sacred space. A faint, golden light emanates from beneath it, casting long, peaceful shadows across the floor, deepening the sense of ancient mystery and endless calm. This scroll is a silent sentinel, a vessel of forgotten lore, simply existing, inviting contemplation, not interpretation. Its presence anchors the serene power of this sanctuary, a heart beating with timeless knowledge. The sentinel stands, a silent guardian in this hushed chamber, its intricate form absorbing the soft, ambient light. You allow your gaze to drift from its steady presence, exploring the contours of the space around it. The air here holds a subtle coolness, a breath drawn from deep within the earth, carrying the faint, earthy scent of ancient stone and lingering echoes of time. The walls rise gently, carved with swirling patterns that seem to flow and ebb like unseen currents, telling stories without words. Each line, each curve, speaks of hands long past, weaving devotion and reverence into the very fabric of the sanctuary. Above, the high arched ceiling seems to vanish into a soft, diffused glow, as if the moon itself has found a quiet resting place here, casting its gentle luminescence downwards. There are no harsh edges, no sudden shifts, only a graceful continuity that soothes the eye and stills the mind. Small, crystalline motes of dust hang suspended in the still air, catching the light like tiny, slow-dancing stars, visible only when the breath of the sanctuary stirs them just so. As you stand in this profound quiet, a soft, almost imperceptible hum seems to resonate from the very stones beneath your feet. It's not a sound heard with the ears, but felt deep within, a low, steady vibration that speaks of deep earth and ancient power. It's the sanctuary breathing, a living entity cradling its timeless secrets. You feel drawn gently, not by a force, but by an unfolding curiosity toward a faint, shimmering curtain of light at the far end of the chamber. It beckons with a promise of deeper peace, a glimpse into another quiet corner of forgotten wonder, inviting you to simply observe its serene mystery. You slowly draw closer to that luminous curtain, a soft, inviting cascade of light that seems to shimmer with an ancient, silent song. It doesn't ask you to step through, or even to fully understand its nature, but simply to witness its tranquil presence. The light casts long, dancing shadows across the chamber's carved walls, making the ancient symbols seem to stir, as if whispering old secrets into the quiet air. You notice the gentle hum that emanates from it, a sound so subtle it might be imagined, a frequency of profound peace. The air here feels warm, soft, carrying the faint, sweet scent of moss and ancient stone, mingling with something indefinably pure. As you stand before this quiet marvel, the edges of the chamber begin to soften, its grand scale gently receding into the soothing shadows. The details of the polished floor, the distant pillars, even the very sensation of your own presence all begin to dissolve into a comforting haze. The gentle, steady glow of the light becomes the only anchor, a beacon of calm in the vast, quiet space. It holds a profound stillness, a sense of timeless rest that settles deep within you. Allow yourself to simply observe this peaceful light, letting its tranquil energy wash over you. The long journey through these forgotten wonders has led you to this quiet moment, a space where all thought can fade and all effort can cease. The gentle hum of the light, the soft shadows, the quiet embrace of the ancient chamber. These are now guardians of your rest. You can feel the quiet invitation to simply be, to let your thoughts slow and your breath deepen. The world outside this chamber, outside this story, is drifting further and further away. There is only this peaceful light and the soft, silent promise of a deep and restful sleep. Let go, dear listener, and simply drift. Rest now.